Next up, Jim Morrissey, the head coach at Holy Cross, enters his third season up in Worcester. Crusaders were 5-10 overall last season, 0-6 in the Patriot League, and last year James Kennedy became the first Crusader in program history named to the Tewaaraton watch list. Coach Morrissey, thank you very much for joining us. Good morning, and your opening statement, please.
Good morning to you guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, definitely excited to get my second full season going here at Holy Cross. Just like Coach Cassis said, it's definite. For me, it's very humbling to be a part of such a great league, with great coaches, and I think the respect everybody has for each other, and everyone's kind of pulling for each other. I know from being a new coach, put in a tough situation a couple years ago, the support I got from all the other coaches was just tremendous, and I think we're all lucky to be a part of a group as prestigious as the coaches that we have in this league. So I want to wish everybody luck this season, and here at Holy Cross, we're excited because we had my first recruiting class is here finally. There's 19 of them, so it's exciting, but it's obviously very challenging. Everywhere you look, there's kids running around the field. Sometimes like a chick when their head's cut off, but and as a coach, you want to help him, and you got to help him, and you got to help him. So a lot of development's going to need to take place, but fast-paced practices, a lot of instruction, kind of let the drills run the pace, and let the drills kind of teach the kids on their own and correct the mistakes when they're needed, but really let the drills, let them keep moving as much as possible and let them get as many reps as possible to try to help those kids get up to speed with Division I style. So we're excited also because we have some really great events on the horizon. We just started practice this past Sunday, so we kind of got a late start due to school starting a little bit later here. But, we're heading to the Carrier Dome this Saturday to scrimmage Hofstra and Syracuse in the Carrier Dome. So it's going to be a great experience for our players. I was lucky enough to play at Syracuse, and, playing the Carrier Dome is definitely a great thing, and these guys are going to have a full day of it this Saturday, but it's something they're going to be able to take with them, heading into the future, something they'll always remember. So I'm looking forward to getting back to the Dome this weekend, see some old faces, and let the guys experience what it's like to play two really good opponents. And it's going to be challenging, but I think it's something that our program needs. We need to see where we are, from an athletic standpoint, and we got a lot of young guys, so they'll be able to kind of see how much harder they have to work in the future to get to a level of a Hofstra or Syracuse. So it's going to be great for us this weekend. We're playing Navy. It's a critical Patriot League game at Citi Field, with home of the New York Mets at St. Patrick's Day. Definitely excited about that. From a marketing standpoint, it's going to be tremendous. A lot of ESPN3 is going to be covering our game, so we're excited. Our kids will take that experience and really run with it, and something they'll always cherish and remember down the road. We haven't had those experiences here, so this is all kind of new. But obviously, with the growth of the game, the growth of the Patriot League, I think it speaks on to the Patriot League where they would want a Holy Cross to come play. Obviously, a point like Navy is just a tremendous opportunity for our program. So, also for our team, we're excited. We have our entire starting attack unit returns. Being a player at the college level, you see these championship teams, and they always have a top-notch attack unit. Those are the teams that win those championships. So, I feel strong about Clay Harmon, James Kennedy, and John Hannon coming back to play attack for us. John and James are, four-year starters, and they're going on their senior year. We want to have them have a tremendous season. And Clay Harmon's a sophomore, so he's really stepped it up and really kind of been the backbone of our quarterback of our offense. So we also had two new transfers. Reed Kennedy is a local kid. He went to Governors. He's from Penn State. He transferred from Penn State, wanted to be closer to home. His brother went to college here, had a great experience, and Reed's a sophomore, so he just kind of fell in our lap here in the fall. So he's an Under Armour All-American from Governors, and I think he's player of the league in the ISL. So he's going to be a huge help to our defense. Tanner Powers is a transfer that just got here this week. He transferred in. He's a Rivers kid from UVM. He felt like Holy Cross was a better fit for him. We met with him this fall a little bit, and he got in on his own, and he wanted to be a Crusader. So we're excited to have him. And two sophomores that are local Massachusetts kids are huge for our program. They're both first-team All-ISL kids. So we're very happy to have those two become part of the squad. traditionally here, I've come to realize there hasn't been many Massachusetts or Connecticut or New England kids for that matter here. So, I think to get two young, really good players to fall on my lap like this, it's huge. It's huge for our program, and I think that'll help us down the road locally for recruiting. So, with that being said, if anyone has any questions, I'd love to answer them.
Ken McMillan from Times Herald Record. What do you think your team's made its strides?
I think from a physical standpoint, I think with the 19 freshmen, we've gotten a lot bigger. We have bigger kids with bigger frames, so we're able to pack on more muscle. We worked out 3 days a week in the fall in the weight room. That's something that we've never done here before I got here. So we're trying to get these young kids acclimated to the weight room sooner than they have in the past to really see the growth needed physically to be able to compete in the Patriot League. We're playing Navy and Army guys, and the whole league is just much more physically stronger than us, I feel, right now. And I think that hurts us sometimes late in games. We're running out of gas a little bit, and their guys step it up, and the game turns from a physical standpoint. So I think that's where we're making our biggest gains. Also, I think the practices that I've been implementing the past year and a half have been a lot more touches, a lot more fast-paced, up and down. So physically, from a conditioning standpoint, I think we are in much better shape than we've been here in the past. That just comes with the practices. That just comes with the whole mindset of we want to play fast. We want to be physical as possible and try to, run with the teams that we have to run with in this league. So I think from conditioning and physical standpoint, that's where we're making our biggest strides.
Jim, Eddie Samanis here at USA Today. You addressed this a little bit, but obviously you, from your playing background at Syracuse, probably kind of similar to what Kevin came from at Duke when he took over at Lehigh. Do you kind of see, what they've been able to do is sort of this kind of the same kind of thing you're trying to accomplish up there at Holy Cross?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Lehigh is a great model to follow. When Kevin got there, they were not a contender in the Patriot League, and in a short amount of time, he's gotten them to a very high level, a national level, that's just unprecedented. So definitely a model I'd like to follow. I think after our game last year, they just manhandled us from start to finish. I walked away from that game. I think I said to Kevin, I said, we're like five years behind you, So it's very obvious, but you know what? We're part of the league, so we want to hold up our end of the bargain. We want to be the other teams that play us in our league. They want us to do well as well. It helps our RPI. It helps the whole competition of the league. And like I said earlier, guys are pulling for us, and that's a great thing. And we need to hold up our end of the bargain. We need to step it up in a hurry so we're not 0-6 again.
Do you feel like you have that kind of support there at the school that he talked about, as far as just wanting to step up the program and putting resources to it?
Well, good question. We're getting there slowly but surely. I got a second assistant coach this year for the first time, paid assistant. So that's a step in the right direction. Now we have 3 coaches instead of just the 2. So that's been a big help. No athletic scholarships right now. Still 50-50 if athletic scholarships are on the horizon. From a recruiting standpoint, it's difficult because we're not really able to get out there and get the really top-notch players at an early recruiting timeline as some of the other schools are getting. So that's a challenge. But everyone's got their challenges. So those are our challenges, but we have to deal with them. We can't make excuses. We have to do our due diligence with the kids that we bring in here from all over the country. So, and we've had great response from kids from all over from a recruiting standpoint. So we'll just do our best to get the 10, 12 kids per year that fit the Holy Cross profile from a student-athlete standpoint. And when they get here, just work them hard over the 4-year period, and hopefully we can, chip away and get 1 win and 2 wins and hopefully 3 wins one of these years in the league and help hopefully contend for a title at some point.
Coach Morrissey, Terry Floyd, Inside Lacrosse. In James Kennedy, you've got, one of those guys who over the course of his career has shown himself to be a premier attackman. Can you just talk about what he means for your team?
Yeah, he means a great deal. He has the ball on his stick probably 2/3 of the time. I'm trying to get him to limit his turnovers a little bit. He had a lot of turnovers last year. But then again, he's going up against the best defender. He gets the ball in his stick 2/3 of the time. So, and last year was kind of a wild card year where we kind of just let him run a little bit and probably didn't control the offense as much as I wanted to, but kind of like let the dice roll a little bit. This year we're going to be a little bit more controlled, a little more focused on being accountable for each possession, and that starts with James. He's a workhorse. He's a 2-time captain of our team. I expect him to have a monster year this year. We want to keep him healthy, as well as the rest of our attack as well. We got to keep them healthy because of that, critical to our team. Tremendous kid, great student. I hope this year goes nice and slow because it's going to be difficult next year without him, starting from scratch here. So I hope this year we can send him out on a positive note.